What's up, Special Olympics? Where's my unified generation at? Where's my barber at? Look at this thing.
We're taking Unified digital.
Unified now has a home online.
Join us for Unified digital tutorials online, twice a month.
Now being part of the Unified generation is possible digitally.
Hello and welcome. I'm Andrea Kahn, Vice President and leader of our Special Olympics Unified Champion Schools team here in the United States. We are an energetic group of people passionate about giving young people of all ages and abilities a voice and the tools and resources to make their schools and communities places of welcome and inclusion. Educators, teachers, coaches, administrators, you're all part of that equation as well. And our team strives to develop the planning resources, the professional development, and the opportunity to share best practices from other schools and across the country, and to support the state program staff in their efforts to serve the nearly 8,000 Unified Champion schools that are in just about every state and corner of our nation. So you're going to hear from students, teachers, administrators, from schools in all different types of districts, cities, suburbs, rural schools, with all different population makeups. And we hope to have real, robust sharing of ideas, and that you'll give us comments and responses, and that we'll hear from all of you afterwards. We welcome you to our virtual classroom.
Hi, my name is Kaylee Bogan, and I am the Education Advisor for Special Olympics North America Unified Champion Schools. I'm originally from Western New York, where I earned a bachelor's degree in general education and special education, and then went on to earn my master's degree in literacy education. My teaching journey began in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, where I was a 6th grade special education inclusion teacher. For 6 years, I co-taught content classes. I designed and implemented my own reading course. I developed individualized education plans, and I advocated for student inclusion. I was eventually named Teacher of the Year and was awarded the North Carolina Educator of Excellence Award in 2018. Most recently, I taught English Language Arts and intensive reading in Panama City Beach. I'm now part of the Unified Champion Schools team, and I am so excited to be able to develop wonderful content and packages for educators and students across the country. We here at Special Olympics are dedicated to supporting our unified generation, their educators, their families, and their communities. We are proud to launch a new series of accessible tutorials with meaningful lessons that are tailored for the elementary, middle, and high school ages. Stick with us to learn a little bit more of how you can provide students with all abilities with quick, turnkey lessons that will support them during hybrid learning.
Hi, my name is James Ramirez. I'm 18 years old and a senior at Alma Heights High School.
I'm Jackson Escamilla, and I am a senior with James at Alma Heights High School. We are partners in Special Olympics U.S. Youth Ambassadors and co-president of our school's Unified Champions Leadership Board.
Last year, we had the opportunity to attend Generation Unified 2019 for fellow youth ambassadors.
My fellow youth ambassadors and I have created lifelong friendships at our last Unified Generation Conference in 2019. Here's James to tell you one of the stories that he had.
One fond memory I have of Generation Unified 2019 is the Inclusion Title activity led by Liam and Elizabeth, who are great friends and youth ambassadors with Jackson and I.
Because of Generation Unified, James and I have become more motivated to change the world. We have not just created amazing friendships and connections with educational thought leaders, we have created a safe space to create change makers.
This crazy and unexpected year has changed us in the way we do things. We turn to our friends for help, and online has given us the opportunity to do what we love most, and that is
inclusion. We are excited to introduce unified tutorials that we have all benefited from will now be available all online. We hope that you're excited to be a part of this as much as we are.
Thank you for being a part of our inclusion revolution, and we hope that you enjoy this presentation.
Hello, Generation Unified. My name is Ray Roberts, and I am the Director of Urban Development for Special Olympics Unified Champion Schools. I'm excited to be here today with all of you, and I'm doing so with two good friends of mine, Liam Price and the Special Olympics Global Ambassador and all-around amazing woman, Loretta Claiborne.
Hello, everyone. I'm Liam Price, and I'm a UX Youth Ambassador and Special Olympics athlete from Indiana. Right now, I'm currently a freshman at the University of Indianapolis, where I've been invited as a walk-on athlete to the UND Hound swim and dive team, and I will be studying math and criminal justice.
Hello, my name is Loretta Claiborne. I'm a Special Olympics athlete. I've been in Special Olympics since 1970, and today I have 3 honorary doctorate degrees from 3 universities.
Well, Loretta, you have a lot of school experience and all those degrees. I thought I was good with 2 degrees, and you have 3 or 4 of them. So let's start with a little bit of you sharing with us the challenges you faced growing up in the 60s and the difficulties of finding a place where you felt like you belonged and was accepted, especially in your school experience.
In the 60s, it was tough because I just wanted to be a part of everybody else. Like the little children in the picture behind you smiling. I just wanted to smile. I just wanted to be in school. I just wanted to learn. And everybody was learning so much faster. And when you were differently abled and you were put in special ed classes, your special ed classes was hidden from the rest of the school. But that's not a happy childhood. A child should be able to go to school, to have the opportunity to learn at his or her ability and be a part of the school, going out and play, being with other kids, laughing, talking, and joking. Today, when I look at Unified Champion Schools, I say my dream is their reality.
Oh man, thanks for sharing that, Loretta. I'm sure you've shared it many times, but it's still kind of hard to hear and hard to imagine a life like that. And Liam, if you can share with us some of your school experience, having attended a school with Unified Champion Schools, which is an opportunity that Loretta didn't have.
What's going on is that Unified Champion Schools are creating inclusive school environments, inclusive sport teams, and leadership opportunities, which all of them have played a significant role in motivating me to create a new outlook for my future and have helped me to focus more on the possibilities throughout my life. My unified partners and friends have shown me through their expressions and acceptance, inclusion, the most important thing, the idea that I can make myself a valued asset to any team. So I would encourage each of you to consider being part of a Unified Champion School for the possible life-altering path it can provide through several different things: friendship, commitment, and leadership.
Well, thank you for sharing with us, Liam. As you can see, Liam and Loretta have had vastly different experiences as it relates to school. And one of the major differences between the two is a shift in mindset and really celebrating the abilities of persons with disabilities and then creating an environment where they're included and they feel belong. Currently, Special Olympics Unified Champion Schools is in over 7,600 schools across the United States. There are still plenty of schools with poor school climates and cultures where students feel isolated. Liam, do you have a few comments about that?
2020 has been a stressful year for a lot of people. This pandemic has been very challenging for everyone. But Special Olympics here in Indiana has provided opportunities to still engage throughout the summer. For example, I look forward to challenging myself daily and competing against others in the virtual summer games.
Special Olympics always is one of the things I look back to getting into. It will bring our communities together, and I think this is a great time to bring our Unified Champion Schools together, our students together, to think what it's like to be isolated. because if you're a unified team partner, imagine what it's like for your teammate who has the intellectual disability. They're isolated all the time. When they leave that school, they're back into isolation. So you as a unified partner can help them break down that barrier of being isolated. So as we go into the future, Special Olympics will help us through Unified Champion Schools to bring our students together, and nobody will be isolated due to the fact that we have Unified Champion Schools in almost every school, no matter it's in the rural country or in this big cities, that everyone can come together.
Well, that's a great message, Loretta, and with all the things that are going on, and it may be difficult right now, but there are opportunities for us as a community and you and your community to start to rely on each other a little bit and value the abilities and strengths that everyone brings to the table. Special Olympics Unified Champion Schools establishes a culture that include and celebrate differences and give students of all abilities opportunities they may not have been afforded before. Now, with return to school being in person, all virtual or a hybrid, we cannot stop finding safe ways for connection and opportunities for young people. Thank you guys for joining us and listening to us and giving us an opportunity to share. Thanks to Liam and Loretta for sharing their stories and being open and honest and transparent. And let's go, Generation Unified.
Overcoming bullying and mean-spiritedness in schools, coming up with strategies to overcome exclusion, and finding the voice and the bravery to influence entire student bodies and communities to create those positive and supportive school climates where every student feels part of and is part of the fabric of the school. That takes courage, and it involves everyone in the school. That's why the whole school approach is so important to what we do, and why we hope that these tutorials will be helpful as we navigate this new landscape where, let's be frank, schools are really not something that we're as familiar with anymore. And in all these different forms, it's not just brick and mortar school climate that we're talking about. Our work in schools is not a cookie cutter program. It's more of a strategy that centers around three components that work together very intricately to create schools where social inclusion is an integral part of the school. So the first component is unified sports. Students with and without intellectual disabilities play on the same teams. It could be a young athletes program at the younger grades where we're focused on motor skill development or developmental skill development in the higher elementary schools, or a unified PE class, or it could be intramurals. And often in middle and high schools, it is the interscholastic sport teams, which is a little bit more competitive in nature. Inclusive youth leadership is our second component, and that is where young people with and without intellectual disabilities are leaders together. They are co-leaders developing projects and plans to help their schools be more inclusive. It could be a new club, a new unified club created just for this purpose, or it could be an existing club that is made to be inclusive and does some of these activities. And that takes us to the whole school engagement, the third component, and what I consider probably the most important component. Really, we want to make sure that inclusion is seen as a norm, that it's not just for those kids that are on the team or just for those students that participate in the club, but inclusion is something that everybody is involved with. Every student is part of the assembly. Every team is celebrated the same way. That's why the whole school engagement is so important. Our goal is to support educators and the unified generation with a whole set of turnkey activities and lessons, but also we really want to include opportunities for engagement. We know that this is where the real energy and ideas for implementation lies, and where we get all of that creativity from all of our constituents. We have amazing schools that we work with in Unified Champion Schools, but whether or not you're already a part of one of our Unified Champion Schools or not, whether you want to join our Unified Champion Schools work or just use these resources, I hope all of you will continue to see us as a resource for all of your amazing work. Thank you.
Hi, Hi, my name is Ale McGee.
My name is Bella Martinez.
My name is Erika Guerrero.
My name is Alicia Marks Jordan.
My name is Yarith Bowen.
My name is Roman Gonzalez.
I'm Ray Alan.
The inspiration for Special Olympics was and still is based on the importance of social inclusion. There's no better organization to turn to when looking for lessons or activities based on social emotional needs.
Special Olympics remains in constant contact with their educators across the country. They have heard our call for help and for assistance when we were extremely overwhelmed, and they have pivoted to meet the needs of students. They've put together amazing social emotional learning lessons and activities that teachers can use in the classroom and youth have access to with a click of a button.
Special Olympics has been a tremendous support to providing educators with quick, quality materials to promote lessons and activities in the areas of socio-emotional, physical activity lessons, and leadership. This is super easy access and increasing student engagement.
Now more than ever, teachers are wearing so many different hats in order to fulfill their roles. So Special Olympics being able to provide turnkey activities is essential. It is so helpful to be able to have lessons that are ready to go, activities and suggestions on how to get kids involved outside of the classroom.
They are providing us a lot of links and a lot of good materials for us to be able to use inside the classroom and then also give to parents for the parents to utilize at home. Special Olympics is doing a really good job of giving them the resources, pushing it out to everybody for them to be able to understand it.
If we have activities that can continue to promote physical fitness, to demonstrate courage, to have our students continue to express joy in whatever they're doing, and also allow them to continue to build those meaningful relationships, I think it's very important that we keep that in place.
Turnkey, easy to follow activities are important for my students because they're navigating this new way to learn. For them to be able to be self-directed in their learning and to also have things that are vetted. I think that vetted information is very, very important so that we keep them safe in the virtual world. And now that we're finding we do spend a lot of screen time, learning how to balance and stay healthy is really important.
The world is pretty overwhelming right now. We want to remind students that there is still good out there and that they can be a part of it. This digital collection will be an invaluable resource and asset to any school program. And I'm looking forward to subscribing to Unified Generation's YouTube channel as well.
Know that there's a community of people out there. We can't forget that there is stability, there is consistency, there's hope, there's positivity, there's so much more good that can come out of this.
Our packages have been designed with the educator in mind. I know firsthand the pressures educators have been under lately. There's the pressure to provide high quality and engaging lessons that are fit for a virtual world. There's the pressure to meet individualized student academic growth while simultaneously supporting their social and emotional growth. There's the pressure of time and learning how to utilize new technology. Packages have also been developed with the student in mind. Students are spending more and more time connected to their devices and escaping to online platforms. They're experiencing new demands while learning and interacting through a computer all day. We want to provide healthy content that can be easily consumed by our students, whether at home or at school. We've designed content that is accessible, relevant, and engaging. We strive to develop an online community where students can participate in a comfortable dialogue and grow as individuals, all while working on their academic skills. Our very own Unified Classroom will be on our website, generationunified.org, and it will house all of these great resources in a Google Drive folder or a Dropbox folder. Here you will find and have access to the Unified Talks tutorials, to the Inside Inclusion guides and discussions, to the lessons, and to the social media activities. The resources in the Unified Classroom packages can be utilized in a multitude of ways. They're designed to be pushed out all at one time and utilized together, or you could break them apart. It's whatever fits your classroom needs, your student interests, and your schedule.
Hello, my name is Alyssa Seelig. I am a youth ambassador for Special Olympics from Downey, California, and I attend Warren High School. Warren was recognized as a National Banner School in 2019 for all of our inclusive programs. I participate in Unified Bocce, Unified Cheer, Unified Track and Field, and I am on the leadership team for our social club Teen Connection. I'm super excited to be part of the inclusion revolution and plan to continue being involved once I become a special education teacher.
Hi, I'm Amanda Fort. This is my second year as a Special Olympics Youth Ambassador. I also attend Warren High School in Downey, California. I enjoy working with my fellow youth ambassadors to promote inclusion. My favorite memory is going to a youth summit in Washington, D.C. I also participated in Unified Bocce, Track, and I'm also on the leadership team for our social club Teen Connection.
Hello, I'm Principal White, and this is my 21st year at Warren High School and my second year as principal. I taught in the Warren Special Education Department for 15 years, and year after year, I would speak with families who wanted more inclusion opportunities for their children. Luckily, one of our teachers, Miss Christine Spino, started our Teen Connection Club 13 years ago, and she and the students have built a tremendous program here at Warren. I think because the program was built by students, it organically became part of our culture. Starting the inclusion program as a club also allowed the club members to become educated and spread the word among their peers. 4 years ago, we began our partnership with the Special Olympics, and our Unified Sports program has allowed all students to participate and feel connected at Warren High School.
First, I want to start off by thanking Dr. White, our awesome and inclusive principal, for being here today. I thought we could begin the conversation by asking you, Dr. White, how do you encourage and support teachers and students to promote a more inclusive campus, clubs, classrooms, sports, and daily activities?
That's a great question, Alyssa. I try to do all I can to support our teachers and students when they come up with ideas for promoting inclusion. I believe it begins by ensuring all of our special education teachers are part of the general education departments, participate in school-wide staff meetings, and have a voice in the school-wide decision-making. By doing this, our special education teachers are able to educate the entire staff and make connections with their colleagues. This has resulted in students starting classes together, such as Unified Art and Unified PE. In addition, it's important for administration to model an inclusive attitude and participate in all of the school-wide campaigns and pledges. Finally, I try to give extra support to teachers, knowing that they're experiencing increased pressure to fill academic gaps and support students dealing with trauma. We try to provide easy, relevant, standards and skill-based lessons that can help teach valuable skills while also keeping it relevant to the academic goals. Amanda, would you be willing to share about your experience?
My first experience with inclusion was joining the Unified Track team at Warren. I love being a part of a team where everyone has the opportunity to participate. Unified Sports helped me gain confidence and see the values of unified programs at my school.
Great example, Amanda. Dr. White, how do you think inclusive programs have benefited school culture on your campus? What advice would you give other administrators and teachers who want to start unified programs on their campuses?
I think there's a huge benefit from having inclusive programs throughout our campus. I have seen firsthand how students gain stronger social emotional skills and knowledge, which leads to an improved sense of well-being. As far as encouraging other administrators and teachers wanting to start a unified program, I would begin by sharing some of the highlights from the various activities we've held over the years, as well as letting them hear the excitement directly from our students. We have activities in place and a roadmap that also encourages students to become inclusive leaders in our school. I would share all this information with the administrators and encourage them to come observe our program. I would remind them to start small and build. I'd encourage them to get the athletic and ASB directors involved to help champion the program by helping with facilities, materials, equipment, and promotion. It is important that the unified program is given time and assemblies for performances, full school recognition just like any other program, and a section in the yearbook where the program is explained and students are highlighted.
I completely agree. Students must be given more opportunities to plan events, and lead by example to produce something new, instead of just having discussions. I also think that these inclusive environments can be just as effective online, and this will continue our inclusion revolution across the country.
I agree. We do not have to end inclusion just because we're online. This is only the beginning.
One of the best parts about our resources and our packages is they are incredibly easy to use. But before we dive into how easy they are, I want to be clear of what you get in each package. Each package begins with a student-friendly YouTube tutorial titled Unified Talks. These tutorials are hosted by youth leaders from across the country, and they focus on a monthly theme. Themes that are at the core of Special Olympics. The host will captivate student viewers and reveal how they can improve in the area. There will be a mix of storytelling, direct teaching, modeling, and even bloopers. This will all push viewers into action. Action that can be seen through positive social media interaction. Students can view the tutorial on our YouTube channel or on the Unified Classroom on our website, generationunified.org. You just have to hit play. Each tutorial will also be accompanied with a set of lessons and activities. This is more for you, the educators. The lessons have been split into 4 grade levels: lower elementary, upper elementary, middle school, and high school. All lessons were created in Google, utilizing Google Docs, slides, sheets, and even Jamboard. A direct link to the Google Drive folder and a Dropbox with resources and lessons will be linked below the YouTube tutorials on our YouTube channel. But they are also organized neatly in our Unified Classroom on generationunified.org. This will make it easier to find, copy, and assign lessons to students directly. You can even have the opportunity to add our Google folder right into your Google Drive. Now, inside inclusion discussions and guides make it easier for adults and teachers to continue the conversation with their students. These will be developed for older students and will provide opportunities for student and youth-led discussion, and a chance to connect the tutorial themes beyond the video and the virtual lessons. Discussion videos will be great models to see how to facilitate the conversations in your own classroom. The guides will provide prompts to probe and guide discussion. There's no prep work for you. The videos will be easily accessed on our YouTube channel with links to the guides in our Google Drive folder or Dropbox. They will also be located in our Unified Classroom at generationunified.org, starting in November. We've simplified the social media activities as well. Students may catch on to this element of the package pretty quickly, but to eliminate any confusion, we've developed templates and videos detailing how you can complete and use the activities. As I'm sure you've guessed, the resource will be found in the Google Drive folder and Dropbox folders, as well as our Unified Classroom at generationunified.org. Again, all resources can be easily found in our Google Drive and Dropbox folders, which are located on our YouTube tutorials and on our website, generationunified.org. How easy is that? Now that we've gone over how the packages were developed, when they can be used, and what's actually included, let's go on and take a look.
"2020 has been tough, but we are tougher."
The reason why I belong on this basketball court is because I am able to make new friends. And this is the first sport that I ever played with Special Olympics Unified Champion Schools.
I belong here at my home because this is where my family is, and this is where I have found my love and acceptance.
So the reason why I belong at this job, because I am able to help and reach my community in every different way and form. Each Thursday and Wednesday, we are out here serving food, giving out food to our community, and this is a place where I feel like I belong.
Tasha doesn't do it.
Be quiet!
Finally, I belong here at this computer with all of you. This computer hosts our new online community for the unified generation. I'm Tasha, a former youth ambassador for Special Olympics Unified Champion Schools. If you're not familiar with Unified, head to generationunified.org after this video to learn more. Our community is a place where we can truly learn how to love and take care of ourselves and one another. A place where we can learn how to feel empowered and work as a team. A place where we all can feel welcome, appreciated, and connected. A place where we all belong. Tune in to discover new skills, topics, and how-tos. Also, check out the extra resources, activities, and links that pop up and that are listed below. There's also a great video like our Inclusion Weekly series. These videos are a great way to learn about how you can create and feel a sense of belonging in the Unified Champion Schools. So what do you think the theme of this talk is? If you said belonging, you are right. Belonging means you feel welcome in a particular group, you feel respected, accepted, and supported. Do you belong to our YouTube channel yet? Click the link below to subscribe. It's really important that we all feel like and know we belong to our groups. Belonging makes us feel confident and respected. When we feel this way, we become motivated and we also make new friends. We have been apart a lot this year, but there are easy ways to make sure we still feel connected and that we belong. I have a few tricks up my sleeves for ways to do this. First, apps I use to keep in touch with my friends. It's fun and it's simple. But my favorite thing to do is pick up my phone and call people. It feels good to belong, but it also feels good to make sure that others know that they belong too.
Hey, how you doing? I just wanted to call and check up on you. Oh, hey, I just wanted to call you and tell you that I love you so much and wanted to check up on you and see how have you been.
Oh, hi, I love you too so much.
I just want to see how everything was going.
Oh man, wow, this is so awesome that you called.
Yes, ma'am. I just think it's very important for us to stay in contact with one another since we're going through these difficult times now.
Oh, absolutely. It's all right. I'll see you later, okay?
Okay, love you. Bye.
Love you too, bro.
If you need to take a second to call someone important to you right now, I totally get it. It's important that we check in on our teammates, friends, and family, especially now. It's important that we make all people feel welcome. We all have differences, and that's cool. But one thing we definitely have in common is the need to feel like we belong. So let's get to work. Let's welcome people into our new online Unified Generation community. Let's call our friends and catch up. Let's make sure the places we love and are more inviting and welcoming to all kinds of people. Let's make this world a place that we want to belong. Here's my challenge to you. First, subscribe to our channel now and invite some of your friends to our new community, to Generation Unified. Then give a shout out in the comments below to someone that always makes you feel like you belong. Teachers, this is for you. Have classmates connect and get to know one another better. Have students complete the instant selfie doc and use word, images, and emojis that represent what they have learned. For all you at home, reach out to somebody and remind them that they belong in your life. Fill out the check-in card and post on Instagram. Tag them and don't forget to tag us. Use the hashtag Unified Generation. Thanks for tuning in to Unified Talks. See you next time, Unified Generation.
Now, let's dive in and take a look at those lessons. To access the materials, you will visit our Google Drive or Dropbox Unified Classroom folder, found on our YouTube channel or on our website. The main classroom folder will include the monthly theme. This will house each of the package elements. The materials include the Unified Talk tutorials, the social media activities, the Inside Inclusion Guides, and the 4 grade levels of lessons. When you are in the theme folder, select the Lessons folder. This will bring you to organized lessons for each of those 4 grade levels. After you select your desired grade level, you will see a Standards and Objectives Google document. This document clearly outlines the Common Core state standards that are addressed in the lessons and the students' will objectives. You can assign this important social-emotional work while also meeting state academic requirements. You will also quickly understand what to look for to ensure students are successfully completing the work and grasping the theme. Next, you will notice a folder for each individual lesson. Each lesson will include an information sheet and the assignment. A majority of lessons will also include instructional videos. The information sheet outlines how you can push out the lesson, detailed steps on how students can complete the assignment, suggestions for differentiation, and even some visual supports. This will be critical to review before assigning any of the work. The assignment will open in a view-only format. To send to your students, you will just have to make a copy, which will add the assignment directly to your Google Drive. You will have the freedom to adapt lessons as you see fit, but as said earlier, the lessons are ready to go as is. The option is totally up to you. Once the copied version is added, you will be able to push out the assignment in your own Google Classroom or desired learning management system. Remember, in Classroom, students could edit the documents directly or receive his or her own copy. Lastly, those instructional videos will be for teachers and for students. They are available for a majority of the lessons. These videos include a walkthrough of how to complete the lesson and how to work with a specific Google app. The videos are obviously optional, and they are there to help troubleshoot any problems that could arise. So, teachers, we heard you. After collecting valuable feedback from K-12 educators around the country, we have created something for you to begin providing those social emotional lessons you know your students need now more than ever before. We've done it in a way where you can easily access these resources and have the freedom to decide how to utilize them. If you just want to engage students and grab their interest in something that's important, first, show them that fun tutorial. You could propel discussion and create some student-led opportunities by implementing the Inside Inclusion Guides. If you would like to have your students begin independently working with a theme, but with a little bit of an academic or content twist, push out those lessons at a time that best fits your schedule and needs. Finally, have students use technology in a way that is healthy. Have them engage in our social media activities. This action shows us that they are internalize what they are learning while also positively influencing their peers. So, let's get started. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and later check out our Unified Classroom resources on generationunified.org.